Hello everyone, my name is Cameron. Welcome back to your regularly scheduled nonsense. Today we are doing pay-per-view predictions as we have a lot of wrestling to watch this weekend. Jesse and I both have the entire weekend off. We have to watch NXT Stand and Deliver 2023, which is looking to be a great card, as well as both Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania 39. We just got through the Hall of Fame ceremony, SmackDown, and NXT from this last week, which was fantastic on all accounts. So yeah, let's get into Stand and Deliver. There will be a separate video, probably not uploaded not too long after this one, for WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. I'm going to be doing both nights. We might do some predictions for a couple of the matches just to be safe, just kind of see if, any matches potentially get added. We have some thoughts of ones that might. So, without further ado, let's get in to NXT TakeOver, Stand and Deliver. Well, NXT Stand and Deliver. I still hate to change it to but, alright, we have NXT Championship match, Braun Breaker, the current champion, versus Carmelo Hayes, the challenger. Me and Jesse have both gone for Carmelo Hayes. The writing's kind of on the wall for this one. There's not a whole lot more Braun Breaker can do in NXT. He's a two-time NXT champion. Bump you guys up just a little bit. Aiming a little low. He's a two-time NXT champion. He has main evented multiple NXT shows or NXT pay-per-views, and also it just makes sense to call him up at this point. He feuded with Dolph Ziggler, which was a fantastic feud, and there's been a lot of talk. Now I gotta fix my chair. God, I'm an OCD right now. And there's been a lot of talk of him getting called up for the past couple months, and Carmelo Hayes seems like the person to take it off. And personally, I would have given it to Grayson Waller, but giving him a short title reign wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense. Just have Carmelo Hayes beat him here, because I do think Carmelo Hayes is the way forward for NXT for at least the next couple of months, probably up until about SummerSlam. I would say SummerSlam is probably the point to drop the title off of Hayes to a different star and have Hayes come up to the main roster as well. Next, we have a men's singles match, the unsanctioned match between Grayson Waller and Johnny Gargano. This is the closing out to the Gargano-Waller feud that started like a year or so ago when Johnny left, when his contract expired, to go and help his wife Candice LeRae take care of their son Quill, who was recently born around that same time. And obviously, he's since come back to WWE on the main roster, and he's having a okay run, I guess. It's been kind of weird, but he is back. It's very good, and so I'm glad to finally see this feud end. Jesse and I have both gone for Johnny Gargano. Next, we have the NXT Women's Championships. Excuse me. 6-woman ladder match. Excuse me again. We have Zoe Stark versus Gigi Dolan versus Tiffany Stratton versus Lyra Valkyria versus Indy Hartwell versus Roxanne Perez, who just got added to the match, basically saying that she's cleared to compete again and she wants to be in the match. We've both gone for Roxanne Perez. Now, while I do think that this could be kind of the perfect opportunity because of her collapsing the ring a couple weeks ago, this could kind of be like the perfect opportunity for her to lose the championship, especially because it's the ladder match. She doesn't have to be pinned or anything like that. I do actually see her retaining the title and moving up further into NXT Stardom, I guess. I don't know, it's tough to say where this one's going. Roxanne's such a fantastic champion, and I do honestly think that Cora and her having the match and having her drop it to Cora would probably be the perfect way to end her run as champion, but it really just kind of depends on what they're going to do here. It'd also be kind of cool, I think, with Cora and her, if it was a loser leaves NXT match. I think that'd be kind of a good match as well, but we will see going forward. Next, we have the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match. We have Fallon Henley and Kiana James, who are having a lot of issues right now between the two of them because of everything going on with Brooks Jensen, versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Jess and I have both gone for Alba and Isla because, let's be honest, there's no way Kiana and Fallon are going to work properly as a team when Kiana is cheating on Brooks. God, I love the soap opera stories that we're getting in WWE right now. I honestly really do. I enjoy storylines like that. They're very fun, and I'm very excited to see where the story goes because I'm very invested in a lot of the stories that are going on in WWE right now. Next, we have the NXT North American Championship Fatal 5-Way match. We have the champion Wes Lee versus challengers Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Ilya Dragunov and Axiom. I have gone for Dragon Lee, and Jesse has gone for Ilya Dragunov. Before anyone says, oh, well, you have him going in his debut match. Well, not really debut match. Kind of close to his debut match. I think, actually, this might be his first match in NXT. I don't know for sure. Can't remember if he had one on NXT this past Tuesday or not. But, yes, I do have Dragon Lee getting the title right off the bat. He literally left AAA as a champion. He won a championship before he left, before he announced he was signing with WWE. And I think him getting into this match and immediately winning the title makes a lot of sense. Now, granted, I do also get why Jesse went with Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov is fantastic. He's literally one of my favorite superstars in WWE right now. Full stop. I do not need to say any other words. He is one of my favorite superstars in WWE right now for good reason. And, he's ended a lot of great title runs. He ended Walter's amazing title run as NXT UK champion and arguably should have won the NXT championship in the triple threat with JD McDonough and Braun Breaker, but I'm just saying. So, while I do want him to win this, I also do think he has a future going up to the main roster very soon. Hopefully he's fantastic in the ring for a foreigner, and I'm not trying to say that in like a bad way. I'm just saying a lot of people who don't speak English naturally as their first language. I know Russians kind of do, but you know what I mean? Like, he's kind of more Russian, speaks more Russian than he does American, English, whatever. He's very good on the mic for that sort of standpoint. A lot of them, you've seen it with guys like Sin Cara, Alberto Del Rio, Kalisto, Shinsuke, a lot of these stars that suffer a little bit when it comes to speaking on the mic for themselves. And I think, honestly, Ilya has it down pat pretty damn well so far. So, yeah. Next, we have the NXT Tag Team Championship NXT Tag Team Championship Triple Threat match, sorry. We have Gallus, the champions, versus the Creed brothers versus the D'Angelo family. I have gone for the D'Angelos to win, and Jesse has gone for Gallus to retain. Now, I do think Tony D and probably Stax as well have a good chance to go up to the main roster very soon. But more notably, I think having them win some sort of gold in NXT makes sense. Now, granted, I will say this. Not everybody who's had great main roster success has won NXT gold. For instance, Becky Lynch never won the NXT Women's Champion, and now she's one of the greatest champions on the main roster that we've ever seen for women's wrestling. So many people have never won that much in NXT, have never won big titles or anything like that, and have gone on to do amazing work on the main roster. And honestly, I don't want Tony D'Angelo to be one of those types of people. Now, granted, I realize it's the tag titles, and granted, tag team wrestling has kind of had a renaissance in WWE as of late. It's been taken a lot more seriously, and it's been given a bigger spotlight. Just look at the Usos if you need any clarification of that. So I think having them win this would be kind of a really nice thing to have. Even if they end up going up to the main roster soon, having them win it would be kind of, in my opinion, a good thing. Even if they end up dropping it to like Schism or, the Creed brothers are Pretty Deadly or somebody else later on down the line. I think it'd be kind of nice to see them win a title before they go up to the main roster. And finally, we have the 8-person mixed tag team match. We have Chase U being represented here by Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, and Thea James, I think is her name. Thea Hale. Sorry, Thea Hale. Get her and Kiana mix. And Tyler Bate versus Schism being represented obviously by Joe Gacy, Jagger Reed, Rip Fowler, and Ava Rain. I really had to think on their names because I don't remember them off the top of my head. I have gone for Chase U and Tyler Bate to win, and Jesse has gone for Schism. I don't know. This match is for control of Chase U. I don't see them getting rid of Chase U as it's a very, very popular gimmick currently on NXT, and I don't know for sure if it has the same staying power if it goes up to the main roster, but I also don't fully see Schism taking it over being like a good plan for them to do that. Hey, I got a loyalty reward. Sweet trophy. Fuck Yeah, let's go. Sorry. Doing my faction things on 2K23. Apollo Crews, lame. But yeah, I don't see them. I don't see it being a payoff that makes sense if they get rid of Chase U and have Schism take it over. Granted, either way, this payoff is kind of, I'm not 100% sure where it's going, but regardless, I'm very excited for NXT Stand and Deliver 2023. So that is all of the predictions for Takeover, or for Stand and Deliver 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your predictions are down in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay golden. Peace.